Reddit, what's a fan base that scares the hell out of you? The ones who are attracted to serial killers and school shooters. Edit, to all the people commenting about Joker and creepypastas and AHS and all that, I'm not referring to that. I mean real criminals with actual groups such as the Columbiners, fangirls of the Columbine shooters, yes it's real, the Holmies, fans of James Holmes, the man who killed a 6-year-old girl among others in a movie theater in Aurora, CO, and all those people who keep fantasizing over Ted Bundy murdering them. These kinds of people are genuinely mental. Dated a hybristophile like this. She's now a psychiatric nurse. She had issues but seems to be doing much better. Is her name Harley Quinn by any chance? My first and only thought, thank you. Reddit super users. What's a Reddit super user? Does it have to do with the Linux SU? PLS, can someone explain? Actually, not kidding. I'm talking about the people who have a million karma, moderate a bunch of subs, and have personalities that mimic Reddit comment sections. People who legit would lose a piece of themselves if the site was deleted. I mean, I use Reddit all the time and have accumulated my share of karma, but some people take websites way too seriously. Comment removed by moderator. Not sure if it's a fan base, but that weird baby monkey thing on YouTube where a bunch of random people comment harsh things in the comment section of baby monkey videos. It honestly scares me how normal some people can seem but partake in activities such as these. I must be out of the loop. What on earth? There are videos of baby monkeys up on YouTube, right? A lot of them have people giving graphic descriptions of how they'll mutilate the baby monkeys and things like that. It's surreal as fuck. Edit, I went through and looked at some of the videos again online and I think YouTube has cracked down on them finally, but you can look it up online and read about it, because it used to be a common thing. Just look up monkey hate comments or something like that and you can read all about it. The fan bases of serial killers. Kira, I understand. He just wants to live a quiet life. He chooses to live a quiet life without enemies, but makes everyone a potential enemy by impulse murdering any random chick he happens to get a stiffy over, then carries around the most red-handed evidence ever. Then he blames others for not leaving him alone once he's discovered. God, what a dumbass. In a way you can say his stand let him get away with it for so long, since he just destroys any evidence of a murder. He fucked up when he decided to murder a stand user with friends, though. Might be dating myself here, but back in the day those Homestuck fans used to scare me quite a bit. Especially the ones that would come up and glomp you at cons without warning. Former Homestuck fans, was everyone like this or was it just some bad apples? I must know. I've posted about this before, but once at the McCann Comic Con in London I saw a Homestuck teenager run up and lick some girl on the face. She was also cosplaying Homestuck but was not with him. Some people tried to grab him but he slipped away. I can't even imagine the thought process. Welcome to socially awkward morons who are emboldened by both pretending to being a character and being around people they think are just like them. Homestuck suffered from the same thing that Naruto did before it. For a lot of its fans, it was their very first big fandom, and they both didn't yet have the social tools for being good fans, and got carried away with it. It's a recurring issue in fandom, but without it we would be starved of new blood, so it's not all bad. I have a lot of dislike for the Homestuck fandom due to cosplayers. Many of them didn't know how to seal their body paint, so it got all over everyone and everything. I got glomped by some stranger and their paint got all over my cosplay right before the cosplay competition too. One year got so bad the con was told they won't be welcomed back and had to change venues the following year. Part of the big problem with the Homestuck cosplay is that it is very, very easy. Slap a symbol on a colored t-shirt and you're literally done, unless you want to get nitpicky and add some accessories. This made cosplaying accessible to people that wouldn't normally have dressed up at all. Now this isn't a problem in and of itself, except with the troll characters. They're still the same super simple character design, except with gray skin and horns. So combine easy to cosplay with eager fan base with a whole bunch of characters with gray skin. The result is hundreds of people not knowing how to properly use stage makeup painting everything gray. Jake Paulers, imagine being trampled to death by a bunch of 11-year-olds screaming dab on the haters. How did he even get famous though? I don't get it. I stumbled across one of his videos one day and was thinking, how the fuck did this guy get so rich? The reality is a company paid for him to be famous. He was signed with a digital talent manager who works with a wealthy company. They dumped mass money into promoting his YouTube videos because it's pretty cheap to drive large amounts of views in the bigger picture. So, he gets huge on it because he's forced into feeds and the company reaps the spoils because they don't make shit on his revenue, but they make 50% of every dollar he makes off of YouTube. So they leverage his fame and get him signed TV show deals, books, merch, and all of that, and for every million he made, they made $500,000. This is how almost every huge YouTuber became famous and how they jumped from YouTube to TV and book deals. The same company that manages Jake and Logan Paul manages about 250 YouTubers. Before that they managed musicians and movie stars, but it's a lot easier to take someone with a small, 250k subs, following with a little bit of talent and blow them up into big stars than to take a random person and make them into a big movie star, plus the YouTuber will be more loyal if you made them. Most of the YouTubers don't even know the extent that the company is dumping ad money into their videos. It's a fanbase that I am a part of. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, but the fanbase is super weird. Most of them are chill but some are batshit crazy. Meanwhile, in the comments section of literally any 80s song, holy shit, is that a motherfucking JoJo reference? Muta lol emeraldo splashu milk hunter oh my go oh yeah. I love how this is the first thing I see when I expand the thread lol. Every time I try listen to 60% of the songs on my playlist, the comment section is literally that. Certain K-pop fandoms, but not all, some of them are pretty peaceful. I just feel bad for the idols they admire. It seems like the fans control their lives. Actually, it goes much deeper than that. Some guy in the UK named Oli London actually paid over $100,000 to resemble Jimin, a member of the popular K-pop group BTS. Just think about that for a moment. A guy actually paid $100,000 to look like another person. Something about that is just deeply psychologically disturbing to me. Too bad he looks nothing like his idol. That was my thought too. I googled the name and thought maybe he should have paid more. If he spent $100K to look like a Korean K-pop star, maybe spend the money to have your surgery in Korea? I'm a huge Hamilton fan, but that fan base is crazy. I've liked musicals my whole life, so when that one blew up, it was like seeing a glimpse at the 90s early 2000s Broadway fandoms again. Though I bet you Rent and Les Mis had even weirder fan bases, the Les Mis fandom is actually pretty chill, at least from what I've seen from afar. They just all sit in the corner crying about the Barricade Boys and dunking on Victor Hugo. The Phantom of the Opera fandom though, some people are still out here saying Anning Eric / the Phantom in 2020, Andrew Lloyd Webber writing Love Never Dies like he actually had some sort of authority to write such a dumbass sequel didn't help. This is really embarrassing, but when I was around 14 years old I was obsessed with Phantom, so much so I would watch the movie at least once a day every day. I would go on forums as Christine_wannabe and spend hours discussing it. I would even LARP as Christine alone in my room and sing into my mirror. Costume and all. However, even I, an obsessed teenage stan, knew Eric was insane and couldn't understand why anyone would think Christine should have chosen Eric over Raoul. Needless to say, when I heard the plot of the sequel I was extremely outraged. Those girls who are into school shooters, that's terrifying. They need serious therapy. Tumblr is a scary place. Any of you'll remember last year when that girl disappeared from her home in Florida, flew to Colorado, bought a gun and was then manhunted because she was believed to have been planning a Columbine anniversary shooting or something? I just watched a short documentary about her and one of her friends last night. Hearing her friend explain everything was weird but kind of enlightening too. I still definitely don't agree with them, of course, it was just an interesting perspective to hear. I had no idea there was a documentary. What all did it cover? It's a Vice video about the Columbine fandom. The girl they talk to used to be friends with the girl who killed herself, so they talk about that a bit, along with why she's a fan, how she got away from it, etc. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have a similar story, share it in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Have a great day, or night.